Spirit on 87.9. Let's see. All right. So, good evening from my end, Mr. Tunings.
Good evening, Mr. Quantum, Stephen J. Quantum. How are you today? And good evening to my brothers and sisters, Mama Liberia. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I'm glad to be here on this Monday evening, late evening from your end, and
Mhm.
early evening from my end. For the nighttime Spain, for those of you who are always waiting for us to be here, hey, you make no mistake, we are here to run the show together with you. If you have done your homework, that's good. If you are in the making, hurry up. For those who wait after the show, same thing, different timing. Same homework, different timing. Again, this is your good friend Suleiman Hashim Tunis from Staten Island, New York. With New York, Staten Island, New York, with Freedom FM 87.9, the most listened to radio station in the nation capital.
Oh, yeah.
Stay put and let us enjoy the show. How you been doing? How was your weekend?
Yes, I'm fine. And the weekend was spent well. We give God a glory for life, and He gives us the opportunity out of the time. That He strengthens us, gave us the strength so that we can be able to, sit behind these microphones, discuss issue that matter much to the well-being of our people as well as the country. So I'm grateful to God. And how was yours as well?
It was okay, nice. Everything went well. It's just that what you guys are leaving behind is what we are experiencing here. The sun being extremely hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, record hot. The humidity, the heat, everything together. Yesterday, day before yesterday, it was extremely hot. Today, this evening is a little bit windy. There's little wind underneath it,
Mm,
and we officially in summer this going weekend.
okay.
Yeah, we are now in the summer. So anything happen, it happened in the summer. We just entered the summer today. This second or third day. I think the summer started the 21st of June, and today the 24th. So the summer is between the 21st and the 22nd, right in between there, as it comes while it's 21st is ending and the
Mhm.
22nd starting.
Okay.
Yeah. So but we've been experiencing serious heat, humidity, and hot sun, hot. And we say to the Muslim brothers and sisters, we send our condolences to the Muslim world because more
Mm.
than 1,000 people died in,
Yes, very, very terrible information there. Very terrible.
and they say the death was caused by the heat wave. So
Hmm.
that's how it was hot in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca. The
Okay.
first news that was hit was more than 500. Second news said more than 1,000. And as I say, it's about 2 million people attended the pilgrimage this year.
Mm.
About 2 million. So if 1,000 die from about 2 million, that's like a pinch of it,
Mm.
you know. So we say we send our condolences to the Muslim family, you know, in around the world. We pray that they God forgive those that die there and die elsewhere. God forgive them. God will give them Jannah to feel down. You know, when the Muslim refer to Jannah to feel down, it's
Hmm.
like living in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, every millionaire, billionaire in the world want to visit New York, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it's like the center of the world. So the heaven, I mean, the paradise is in stages.
Hmm.
So every Muslim want to be in that. upper stage, the one they call Firdao.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every Muslim. There are a lot of different other areas, just like you say, Paris, Hong
Mm,
Kong, London, Singapore, Sydney, New York, LA, you know, but there's always some particular place the whole world want to visit. If they ain't reach there, no matter how much money you got, as long as you don't reach
oh
there, you
yeah. You have to certify.
yes, you can
Yeah.
own the whole world, but as long as to complete your richness, you have to visit. Like every millionaire and billionaire in the world want to visit New York to see what
Hmm.
it look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eh, and New York City nickname. Do you know New York City nickname?
No, not really.
Yeah, you can guess. It's something that you eat. That's a nickname.
Wow. So
It's a,
come up with that.
it's a fruit that you eat.
Yeah. Just come up with that.
Apple, the big apple.
Oh, okay. Apple.
Yeah, the big apple. Everybody come and buy their own from there and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's New York City nickname. New York State nickname is called the Empire State. That's a nickname. You know Morovia nickname?
Hello.
You know Morovia nickname?
No.
Man,
Oh, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
there should be a nickname for Morovia.
uh,
You young guys and you don't pay attention to these things, and it's very important. Some
mm,
conversation you'll be in, and they're talking about Morovia, and you may not even know they're talking about Morovia. Morovia nickname is Duko.
okay.
Yeah, Duko. So what you got on falling today? What is the trending?
All right.
Trend?
So, yeah. Thank you for that intro, and I appreciate you. Also, want to add my voice to yours to extend heartfelt condolence to the Muslim community in Liberia here and also around the world. We are so sorry for the loss of lives of our Muslim brothers and sisters. Yeah, we are so sorry for that. And so uh, we have here two important issues that I would like for us to look at. Probably we can choose any of those topics if necessary. And I would like us to look at the issue of the new buses that were brought to the country. Recently, there were two new buses that were brought to the country from neighboring Ghana. And as we were told, those buses were brought to be tested on the various routes in uh, Monrovia, yeah, probably Liberia alleged, yeah, and this has sparked some mixed reaction within the public, and also it has sparked some reaction from citizens of Ghana. All right, so that's one. So later this evening, before coming on the show, um, there was a release on the Executive Mansion website in regards to the dismissal of Dr. Julius Nelson as president of the University of Liberia. It can be recalled for the past weeks, the faculty association as well as the staff of the university stage a go slow action, something that I have prevented students from going to school up to now. And so, among other things, they cited so many reasons regarding their actions. Okay, so some of those things that they talk about in their releases that they are released to the public in recent time is the issue of unpaid salary by the uh, Nelson's administration, also the livelihood of employee of the university, among other things. So based on they demanded the Liberian leader to ensure that Julia Saulo Nelson leaves the university as president of the university, and other scopes of leaders, people who were then working along with him as he steered the affairs of the university. So, uh, Dr. Nelson was appointed by former President George Weah in November of 2019, yeah, a year after he took office, to study affairs of the university. And so, since the inception of this Boakai administration, as I said, a serious issue. But one thing I want us to underscore is the issue that I just spoke about regarding his appointment by President George Weah. In recent time, there have been series of issue with the issue of government officials appointed by the then president, all right, former President George Weah. There were some areas where people were serving tenure position, and this government did everything in its power to ensure that those people leave their respective position. Those people leave their respective positions, some of whom have already left their position. And so these are trending issues in the country as we speak. So we can look into these topics to choose one if we can discuss or two, because they are very, very important and cardinal to the well-being of our people, our educational sector, as well as the livelihood of our people as well.
All right, thank you. Those are trending news or topic in the country. We need to discuss. Each one of them is important to discuss. But first, the buses you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
How many seater buses or bus is it that they bring in?
Well, I cannot tell now, but I'm going to send you something. But before we go into the discussion, I would like to play two audios. One from the political advisor in the office of President Joseph Boakai, Madam Mandela Cooper, and also play an audio from a political commentator from Ghana, so that we can set the basis of our discussion this evening. So just listen as I play the voice of Madam Cooper, and after that I go and play the voice of a
Hold on
Ghana.
one second. Hold on.
Yeah, yes. So after Mana Cooper's voice, I will also play the voice of the Ghanaian political commentator, so that they this can set up the basis for our discussion. This
Okay, go ahead.
right.
Go
So
ahead,
let me
Ray.
hear the voice of Mana Cooper. Just listen. This is it.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're here reviewing and taking a look at the new buses that came in. His Excellency, upon his ascendancy to the presidency, declared he was going to move Liberia in the right direction and making life simpler for our citizens. And so this is one of the initiatives that he had mentioned. And so, voila, here we are standing directly in front of the buses. They arrived over the weekend, and we are here. We are celebrating the fact that our president is a president who talks and he takes action. And so we're here with our partners who brought these buses in for the people of Liberia. So we're very excited. So today there are two samples of the buses, and we will have a few more buses coming in over the next few weeks. Well, we're not going to thrive too much on donation. We're here to make sure this country can survive on trading services and goods to our people. And these are investment. This is investment. And our colleagues are here, our partners who brought these. Oh, the president is very excited. He's currently in a meeting. That's why he's not down here. But he's very excited to have seen his buses, and we're all celebrating their action today. This is a great day for Liberia. The people of Liberia no longer have to stand waiting for one pepe or keke. But if you can afford a bus, you get on the bus. And the buses are very affordable. As a matter of fact, the president is very happy to provide things that are affordable. Oh no, there are fleet of buses coming. This is the sample. These are the samples to show us the people that this is what they're going to receive over the next few weeks into months. There are 3 deliveries dates, and these are some of the buses that will be delivered. Well, at the end we're going to have about 300 buses.
All right. So that was the voice of the political advisor in the office of President Joseph Boakai, Madam Mandela Cooper. they're speaking. And so let me bring this Ghanaian political commentator. Let's hear from him.
These buses. Ayalolo bus is something that our team today we followed. We are asking questions. We are following these buses. Ayalolo buses, today some were branded at Achimota and here they call Liberia. These are the Ayalolo buses. We want to ask, you can see the number there, GS 155316. And at Achimota, immigration officers, they were following these buses with a truck, and that's a pickup truck. And Achimota, they have come to Achimota, rebrand the buses. These are Ayalolo buses. We know where they are heading. We have people on their tail. But we want to ask the Ghana government, why are they rebranding these buses and taking them to Liberia? What is happening in Liberia? That our buses are they are being rebranded. Nana Komia STC, are these your buses? Now you can see what they were doing. They have put National Transit Authority. I don't know if there's an NTA in Ghana, but these are buses registered in Ghana. Our Ghana numbers 2016, and they register buses today at Chimota, they were all rebranded and they are on their way to Liberia. So we are just asking a question. The next time we come here, we are going to come here with a big expose to let Ghanaians know where these buses ended up. So we want Ghanaians to know. So we took some videos of what is happening. Buses in here, you can also see a pickup truck the pickup truck the license number was GT 6824. Immigration officers bus GT Ghana GT 682416. Sa pickup truck and a buses winning. And rebranding Ayalolo buses. And where are they taking them to? Most say Ayalolo buses, you don't want to use it in Ghana. What they call Liberia, did you sell it? Because they still have a Ghana number plate on them registered in Ghana. It belongs to the Ghana government. You say MPP for Sa buses, where are you taking it to? Let me show you videos of what we actually captured today. Time do we have videos here, team? All right, I think we have something.
Okay, so that was a voice of a political commentator there in Ghana, talking about those buses that were brought to Liberia. He stressed a lot of points, and it is something that is questionable, raising a lot of concern about the issue of the buses that have been brought to Liberia. So there were so many questions that he asked. I guess you listened to him.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So let me just leave that with you so that you can come in, and after that I can give my own opinion on what I've made of what that Ghanaian has said, and also the statement from Mandan Cooper, among other things. And so before you come in, let me just admonish our people, keep playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. In a moment from now, we'll be doing some draws so that you can win for yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. All right, so back to you now.
One thing the Liberian people would like to know when these government officials are giving us these kind of informations is the detail of these things. We just don't want to hear bosses because there are so many bosses, so many different kind of bosses, so many. You have a 15-seater bus. You have 30-seater bus. You have up to 60-seater bus. So which one are they bringing? And the name of the bus, they need to tell us. Bus, you can't just say car. the government of Liberia bringing cars for the representatives. You tell us what kind of car, because if you stood in front of anyone to give them this information, if they are intelligent, they will ask you what kind of car. Then you get struck, because why? We didn't get any detail. It could be a Land Cruiser, that's a car. It could be a 4Runner, that's a car. It could be a sedan, that's a car. You know, all of these different cars, they need to give her aid. The government of Liberia brought us a 30-seater bus, couple of 30-seater buses here today to run in the street of Monrovia to ease the transportations on our citizen. The kind of bus, it could be a coaster bus, it could be any name. They gotta give her a name.
Yeah, so I just want you to check your messenger. I just forwarded something to you. Just check it out very quickly.
Okay, I'm looking at my messenger here.
Yeah, I just forwarded something to you on your messenger. Just look
I'm
at
looking
that.
at the bus. I'm looking at boss's picture you sent me.
Mhm.
But even myself, I cannot tell what kind of bus is this. Let me see. There's a name over here which is Scania or Scania or Skia. Something like
Yes,
that.
something.
Is it SCAYA?
I don't scam out something like that. That's what I'm saying here. It's
I
something
mean,
else.
it's a Y at the end there. It's not an M.
Okay, it
why-
should be
That's
Scania.
why,
Yeah.
either Kenya or something like that. Okay, I never heard of buses like that. And secondly, I mean, of all country, is Ghana will buy a bus from? I mean, why are we going down low to that extent that we buy buses from Ghana? Is it the brand new buses they brought or what? What would Liberia have? What these government officials, the Unity Party taking we the Liberian people to be?
Mm.
I mean, of all countries, I mean, can you believe Ghana making cars now? Is that what we hear or what? I heard that these buses are buses that are being parked. They are being abandoned.
Oh yes. If you even look at the Zoom, the lesson play, you will see something that is something that the lesson play that is just something that since 2016. So it's just something that as you said, the Ghanaians, the attire way, and just to impress the Liberian people that this government is working in the interest of the Liberian people. They just went to Ghana. And now the bosses they are brought to Liberia, it backfired. Ghanaians have taken it back. They said, no, the way our bosses are living from our country, we don't like it. So Liberian people, there's a need that you people, do the ordinary. So you see, now Ghanaians have taken a bike on the bosses that were brought. And I guess you listen to Madam Cooper. You listen to all of what she said. It won't be a good thing for this government to try to impress the Liberian people at any cost. On a very serious note, what normally happens is that when this government, one way or the other, when the government blunders, when something goes wrong, they will just quickly do something in the wake of impressing the Liberian people to cover up what have happened. On a very serious note, to cover up what have happened. There are a lot of things that have been happening. There are a lot of missteps this government has taken in recent time. So in order to cover all these things, what they can do is to quickly bring these bosses into the country. Bosses that are questionable. The Ghanaians are now, angry. Why their government should send these buses to Liberia. The Ghanaians are angry. You listen to that fellow. They are very, very angry. And how? So I think the national legislature needs to do everything they can to call on the National Transit Authority, head from that entity, that governmental entity, to explain to the Liberian people about the accusation of these buses. Now, see, we were just talking about the issue of the yellow machine. They said they are bringing into the country. The issue is on ground. The government blunder, and they are bringing about buses again. Why would they be doing these things? What exactly would they be doing these things at the detriment of the Liberian people? Continue as I bring on Solomon Baker Reeves. Yeah, Mr. Reeves, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Tony. Good evening, Stephen, and good evening to our wonderful people of Liberia. We have been following for a little while,
Okay.
especially bus issue and things like that.
All right. So I guess you are acquainted with the topics on a discussion already, and so we were just talking about the buses that were brought to the country, 2 buses to be tested on the roads here in Liberia, and after that, if the buses are pliable on the roads in Liberia here, as we're told, about 300 of those buses will be brought later on.
Okay.
Well, that is something.
I was in flight.
Okay, yeah, you are in flight. Yeah, so you can go ahead before Mr. Rick comes in.
Okay. Like I was saying, the bosses, we are not worried about what kind of thinking. We are worried about ourselves here. These people, they put nonsense in your head. You fall for it. You put them in position. You got rid of a good person who was in the interest of our country, our people. Now you brought them in. Since you brought them in, every promise they made, they have not fulfilled it yet. I think the only thing I've seen new these people have brought to us is that police booth they put up somewhere in Painesville, way or Relay area.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. But every other things in their 100 days, after their 100 days, nothing that will in our interest. Look how deplorable that country, that city is. Monrovia City. And look how big and long that bus is. Where in Monrovia that bus will be running from where to where? You can send that bus across the bridge. We are among the potholes that we're experiencing. Keke, motorbike, regular car, all of them experiencing the potholes. There you go, put a big bus there again. You have $22 million on hand. You left the face of Liberia. You went in the interior part of Liberia to use it there, and the users is not even beneficiary to the Liberian people. Of all countries like Ghana, you go buy buses from used buses. We Liberians, the pride we got in the West Africa region, then we will go down low to that extent to go buy used buses that people, they fart in it, they all turn a stupid in it, they go park it there the same one day again. Then they'll go rebrand it and bring it to Liberia. How low we have gone. The party, we say the most experienced party, the most intelligent, the most educated people, they bring us down to this level. Hey, man.
And it has not been established as to whether the government bought those buses, because mind you, the government at some point in time they will just go straight or deal with these kind of people to just give something in exchange.
I mean,
Uh,
we coming to that point.
yeah.
The point here is there are two bosses right now for trial, right?
Hmm.
They ain't just going to get those bosses. Ghana not just going to give those bosses. Probably they may not even be owned by the Ghana government. There must be a private entity they're making these deal with. All right, because Ghana is a big country, consists of 30 million plus. So there are a lot of NGOs and business tycoons there too. We are only fraction of Ghana population.
Mm.
But let me bring in my brother, Solomon. These are some of the things, my brother, your party is doing to we the people of Liberia. These are the people we consider the highly intelligent, highly experienced. Now we're going to Ghana to bring buses for our transportation. When George Weah came to power, he brought buses from all the way Japan with plastic cover, plastic, brand new. Give some to the student, the university student, Wi-Fi we attached to it. We go in Ghana. The people we used to call them Fantin people, we go and buy buses from there now. How you doing, my brother?
But thank you very much.
Mr. Tony, check your messenger. I sent you the message. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Reeves.
Thank you very much. Liberia is a pan Africanism country. We believe, in fact, Liberia was a role model to the African countries.
Yeah, a lot of African countries.
Right now, Ghana is doing very well. They have car manufacturing companies the same way South Korea has the Hyundai or Hyundai, however you guys call it. And China is now manufacturing cars and things like that. The technology is the technology. The problem with us in Liberia is that anything that would be homemade, we don't really appreciate that. I remember back in the 80s, there was this guy called Tipote, and then he came up with some sort of I don't know whether he himself came up with it, but he used to wear some sort of sandals, and that particular sandal, it was good. Some people they know how to do it very well, and some people don't do it very well. And then there was another thing that is called Liberia made. It was some sort of sneakers. So those things were frowned upon by Liberians. But then anything that will come from outside of Liberia, people will hail it. The point I'm making here is that if one of our own West African country, and before stretching that point, Nigeria made a 504 and a 505 Peugeot back then, and those vehicles they were also in Liberia. People were using them. I don't know whether the government was using it, but people in Liberia were using a Nigerian-made Peugeot. And then the French people had their own Peugeot as well. And so if Ghana is doing the same thing, I think the concern should be the vehicle that they are sending to Liberia for trial. Is the Liberian government paying for it? How much do they cost? And I think that would be something. I don't think it is very shameful for us to get vehicle. Even if Sierra Leone was making vehicle, or even if Liberia was making something that we, whatever the yellow man or the white man can do in their countries, if African men they are doing it, we should be very happy that our own they have the technology. They're doing that. Ghana is producing car. Ghana is producing a lot of stuff that they are producing. And if Ghana is saying, okay, Liberia, there's a need. So we're sending some vehicles for trial to see how those vehicles we want to run in your country, your condition, the road condition. I think that's something that we should applaud. But if it is a future deal that going to cost Liberia a lot of money,
Mm.
then it is we have to look at it from that other point. But I don't think anything is wrong with us going to getting vehicle that is made in Ghana or vehicle that is made in Nigeria or even in Sierra Leone. Or even if we're to make vehicle in Wisdom, that should be. I think we should be proud when we are producing our own stuff. Uh, then that dependency syndrome on uh, 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 um, Japanese vehicle or Asian vehicle, European vehicle, American vehicle, Chinese vehicle. We will graduate from that, and whatever they can do, we can do it in Africa as well, whether that's Ghana or Liberia.
But
That's my
Okay.
take.
that's
That's my
that's
take on
not,
that.
that's not the case in this case.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Let me hear it.
And you say Ghana is manufacturing car.
Mhm.
I don't know much about it. What kind of car Ghana is manufacturing?
The different kind of cars you can check it. I have
I
seen it. I
mean,
have followed their
just
plant.
name, just a name of one of the
They
cars.
just they just send some of them to Liberia. They're making
But that's not
SUVs.
they are not making these
They're
buses.
making SUV. I don't know what name they put on it, but they're making
You can't
SUVs. They're
just
making.
no. Listen now, it's not for us, please.
I'm
If
not
I say
fussing.
Liberia is making car, I will give you the car name. If I tell you a car, America making car, I will give you the car. Or German will give you the car. What car? Well, we know we go to Nigeria. Nigeria used to assemble. They used to assemble Peugeot there. Even America here, America don't make Mercedes Benz, but they assemble here. They got a plant here. Instead of they make it and ship it here, they got a whole plant here that they can bring the whole thing assemble here. You see with the BMW. So what kind of car are they? Ghana is manufacturing.
I think
They
we
might
can.
have in Rwanda. They are assembling Volkswagen right in Rwanda now.
So
If you
if not,
Google it,
if
you
Ghana.
see.
Okay,
But
go
what
ahead.
Ghana is manufacturing, when you say manufacture, that they are making it themselves.
Even if they assemble it, even if it assemble is coming from there,
Hmm.
we should not say.
But that's not the case here. This is the
What is the
abandoned
case, though?
buses.
What is the case? Because we,
Okay, well, that's what we're saying. That's you should have known the case before you brought up that this is the abandoned buses, just like how Liberia bought buses for 6, 7 years. They use it and they're giving them problem. They ain't want to use it again. They went and pack it somewhere.
Tony,
Now
I heard
then,
you.
wait, let me finish, please. I want you to understand it well. If you heard me, you wouldn't say that because we
I
said
heard
it
you,
here.
and I understood you very well.
No, you didn't. Because if you had understood me or us, because we said that it's abandoned buses. Even the man he played a video here from one of the talk show hosts, political talk show hosts in Ghana, complaining about those abandoned, they call it Ayalulu.
Ayalulu bosses.
Ayalulu buses, which are being missing in their eyes. All of a sudden, they just see it with Liberian, they painted it with Liberian flag and register in Ghana. They follow them. They find out that they're bringing them here. They are not new buses. These are buses who almost 9 years old or 10. So you didn't understand or you didn't hear me well.
Well, the
we
point
played
that
it.
go ahead.
Okay, Ghana is not manufacturing any car that I know of. And I don't even know there's any car playing in Ghana right now. I don't know of it either. I wish I know. I'll be very proud because I know that they made some kind of car, some little invention we can make sometime. They say, oh, the person put this car together and running that. I saw that. I don't know if it was from Ghana or Sierra Leone or this kind of thing. But I don't know anything about Ghana manufacturing a car. I don't know if it. I know Peugeot was sometimes assembled when we were a young kid. I've been hearing that there was a Peugeot plant in Nigeria for them. They used to come there and assemble it there. But there's no car say Nigeria made. they made in Nigeria or made in Ghana. I've not heard of that. So I'm finished.
Okay, so the point that you were emphasizing was that we have gone that low to get car from Ghana, and that's the one exactly I'm addressing. That because we're taking vehicle from Ghana.
I said used car. We have gone that low to get a used car from Ghana, a used buses that they are already fat in it and everything, and bundle it, and then they go reblend it to bring it to us. That's what I said.
Okay. But again, whether they assemble the car in Ghana or they manufacture the parts in Ghana, or whatever the case may be, we should be able to appreciate things that have been done by Africans in Africa as well. The same way we appreciate.
Okay, that's not what we're saying. We say, oh, Drazeka. And this government
the emphasis. I mean, the recording is there. The emphasis was not just a Dwaze, but you mentioned about the Oka. But the problem what I heard from you clearly was before you said, oh, this is why your government is doing. What I heard from you clearly was that, oh, we have gone that low to get car from Ghana.
And yes, used buses.
Okay.
A used bus, if Ghana making car, I'll be proud to buy it. At least that's what people, I'll be proud. If it's a brand new with plastic on the brand coming to Liberia, I'll be one of those who will be proud to buy it. But not a used car already being used for 10 years in the Liberia government, bringing it to make us to believe that these are brand new cars or buses. That's what we're looking at. We're not looking at where they manufacture it. Even if it was coming from India, coming from America here, you buses, with the money they're going to spend on it.
Okay, so
that's going to take for it to in 2-3 months in the kind of rain season with all the potholes before they start complaining about maintenance.
Yeah, so let me come in very quickly on this issue once again. Okay, but before then, still encouraging our people to play the Freedom Cash giveaway. I will soon be doing a draw 2 minutes from now. So now, with the bosses issue, it is something that is laudable for the government, to, bring into the country bosses that will ease the transportation issue of our people. That is something good. But now, how are those bosses being brought into the country? First of all, before the government thinks about doing these things, the first thing the government, in my mind, should have looked at is the roads on which those bosses that they are breaking will be running. President Joseph Boakai
man stuck. I think they're how you call it? The internet giving problem again.
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's stuck. That's another simple way to say.
You're saying President Joseph Imam Boakai. But some of the thing is, there are some good things to the Vigo.
That during your first 100 days, no car who have hitched in the mud. That which was not a reality. And so, if one came to Liberia now, and do a survey on the roads that we have here, just look at the road from Central Monrovia, right across the bridge from Valtan, all the way to the Bourgeois Island area. See how deplorable that road looking, and other roads around the country. So you are bringing those buses now to testing with these kind of deplorable roads. That those buses, when they are even brought to the country, let us agree that those buses are brought to the country. And maybe, as they said, they want to test those buses. Yes, it is true. those buses will be pliable on the various roads in Liberia. But looking at the road condition, is the government taking into consideration the road condition of our country? So when they bring those buses into the country, after maybe 1 or 2 months, then things spoil on the buses. They use the taxpayer money to go and feed those buses. And again, I want us to look at the manner, the means, the channel through which those buses are brought into the country. The Ghanaians are not certified. So this should tell you that the particular issue of the buses coming into the country is something that is raising eyebrow for the Ghanaians to come out and say, no, these buses have been running in our country. But for the past time, we start seeing those buses. Just for us to know, we're seeing our buses being trucked to Liberia. It's something that they are taking a back on. So this government should not put Liberia in a position that will be a laughing stock to people outside there. Oh yes, they should not put the country in a position that other countries outside there, will be seen the other way. And so, if the government wants to do something, they should do it in the proper manner and something that will benefit the entire citizenry. Not something where they will just wake up one morning to impress the Liberian people, as I said earlier. They just go behind the hall, they just go scratch, sucking and Coco GD, and just to bring bosses and impress the people. Hey, I said, Buaka not working. Hey, I said, the government not working. The people not bring bosses down. And at the end of the day, if it backfires, it becomes a problem for our country. It becomes a problem for our country. And so, as I said earlier on, the national legislature needs to call on the authority at the NTA or any relevant government authority to provide information about these buses. Because normally what we know, whenever the government is trying to probably do something, maybe take a decision and other thing, these information are channeled through the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. The last time I checked, the information minister spoke to the Liberian people, and he said the Buaka's government will not be run on social media. So what happened today? When Mandela Cooper told the Liberian people about these buses, is this something that is different? That isn't something that contradicts what the information minister said? So I just want to believe that there is something, and this will come up. There is something behind those buses. If this was something legitimate, I'm sure the government will have channeled such information through the information ministry. So since the government did not do such, I'm sure there is something sinister behind these buses that were brought to the country. Liberia is in need of buses. Yes, Liberians are in need of these kind of basic services. But these things should not be done at the detriment of our country. At the end of the day, Liberia will be a laughing stock to the outside world. So back to you people.
Okay, Solo, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I think, of course, I am from now the ruling party, but I did not support President Wakai. I supported President Weah, and I still support President Weah based on what I saw in the country, the way he was leading the country. But equally so, if certain things come in a country that will be profitable to the
Mhm.
people of Liberia, we should look at the pros and cons. Tony struck a point that what he was actually emphasizing is not the vehicle coming from Ghana, but the kind of vehicle, the abandoned, that probably after applying them on our streets, the possibility of them going bad, and we've not been able to get a parts and get all of those things, and we don't have a good salvage system in the country that's going to create environmental hazard. It makes 100% of sense. But when it comes to what is going on, you don't expect the buses to only be running runtime buses in the country. They know that the streets that we have, things that are certain vehicle, you cannot easily drive it as a commercial vehicle for those kind of areas of vehicle. But I know those buses, most of them they are meant for um, inter-county and inter-country services. For example, you can get those buses to go to the Ivory Coast. From Liberia to the Ivory Coast, we have a good pavement. Or from Buchanan to Monrovia, we got a good pavement. From Monrovia to the nearby, whether Cape Mount and other places, directly from county to county, we have a good road there. When it comes to lateral roads in other countries where we don't have the pavement, that maybe like in Sano or maybe reverses
Mm.
and things like that. Yes, that's a concern. But when it comes to other people that don't live in those kind of countries that have those kind of deplorable road condition, those
Mhm.
buses can be accessible. We can make a trip from Monrovia to Ivory Coast. We can make a trip from Buchanan to Monrovia or Monrovia to Buchanan and what have you. So they are still usable and helpful to the Liberian populace.
Mm.
Uh, so we have to take that into consideration. The road condition in Liberia, President
Mhm.
Weah came in, and one of his things was to make sure that we have road connectivity because he feels that road connectivity can grow the economy. Road connectivity can improve the health system because if the roads are good, taking a patient from one county to another will be faster and better. Even if they are sick and the road not bumpy, it will be helpful and things like that. So his focus was to do road connectivity.
Mhm.
President Weah came in and he said that he was going to do a coastal highway, um, which is very, very good. But I didn't expect him to do the coastal highway within just the first 4 years. So he
Mm.
did a very well things how to proceed to the coastal highway. We saw those things with the Blackard administration. They have an agenda or a platform,
Mm.
and their agenda is the arrest. So some of those things that they are talking about, how will you do tourism if you don't have a good bus to travel from Monrovia to the Blue Lake
Mm.
or to so and so place? So we shouldn't just look at everything to be negative. So and for those of you who are journalists, the last time Tunis and I were saying you guys really need to do more job doing investigation, all of those stuff. But you go over there, you get press conference, you just hearing it from whatever the government wants you to know. Then that's all you're going to take. But if you were doing your own investigation to either buttress or to rebut our government claims, or anybody for that matter, they will be effective. But our journalism in Liberia, sometimes it can be partisan. The same way the law enforcement, it can be partisan. The military can be partisan. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be that way. So sometimes we go to Front Page Africa to get news. Why is it that we should go to front page Africa? So if front page Africa get it wrong or gets it wrong, then the rest of the news will be wrong. So that's why it is good for the young as you guys are in journalism to really do investigative journalism, and there are a lot of things to journalism. Then we will be helping the Liberian population. But in this case, if even if it is a private entity, and the government of Liberia is striking a deal with with the private buses, because we need a transportation. I mean, they can do that, but how genuine, how good are these buses that Liberia will not be a victim? Because after getting the buses, for, let's say if one was for $150,000, and then you bring it in for 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks everything falls apart, and then you owe the people, because the agreement was for you to pay this money, whether the bus did not last for 2 years and what have you. So those are some of the things that we need to speak about mostly, and that will be fun for our people.
We are not criticizing the effort Liberia is making, the Liberia government is making on our behalf. That's not what we're doing here. But if you taking our tax money to do something in our interest, it should be something that will benefit us. It's not something that you want to pocket our taxpayer money and start bringing something to us just to fool us, like we don't know what life is today. That's what this government is trying to do. 10 years old bus that running every day in the traffic. That engine is not an engine that you can rely on. You know this and I know this. Okay, it's not a private bus that park somewhere. You get up, you start there, you go to work and come back. That's different. This bus is in the traffic every day. We're talking for 10 good years. What left on our engine? You can fix it. You see, most of the car, you see, the car old, but the body look good. It's not the body we're looking at. We're looking at what under the hook. If that body is ugly, but what under the hook is new, that car can go for another 10 years. But the body good and what under the hood is old so much to the point that how long that bus will drive in Liberia will owe what the impression they're giving us. It's just for a trial. It's just for a trial. Why can't you get a brand new buses? Why? You got the funds. All right. Nobody is downplaying where we got our. When gas business was tough on us, I think it was gas or rice. I think it was gas. We didn't go to neighboring Sierra Leone to bring gas. So we have asked the neighboring country, Sierra Leone, you know this, right? When they bring gas, nobody say, oh, why you get gas from Sierra Leone? No. Okay, that's not what we say. The government did that to us during the time of inauguration. They left all the experienced DJs in Liberia, and they jumped to Sierra Leone to go bring sound system, PA system. All right, and the PA system let them down.
Yeah.
You got good, intelligent DJs in Liberia who know about sound system. They can set it up. You give them the contract. You jump over to Sierra Leone. Waiting, the Sierra Leonean know did better than us in that. The same thing we experience here again with these bosses. Then when we talk, he say we should not just jump. We're not jumping the gun. We see reality. This is even the Ghanaian are complaining that these boys have been abandoned for some years. They are not even in their traffic anymore. That's the surprising part about it. I think the man, you could let the man play again. You listen. You probably have not listened to it yet.
I know I did not listen to it. The only thing that got my attention, for which I reacted, was we gone that low to get a vehicle from Ghana? Ghana making car now?
I said use abandoned vehicle.
So that's what I made. That's what I made. That statement that I made.
Yeah. I think it would be prudent that I play the audio so that.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's go to the line a little bit.
we
least
just
couple
want for
of
our people to
our
understand these things
please,
are going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
please open the line. You can announce your winners also at the same time. Let's hear from
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So, okay, so keep playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. In a moment from now, we'll be doing our first draw to call our first winner on this segment of the program. So all you need to do that *799# Freedom FM is at number 11. Just win for yourself at this time 2,500 Liberian dollars. So to our listening audience, you can now put in your calls to 0776 104 104 or 0886 500 104 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Better stay plus 231 886 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104. You can put in your calls and be part of the discussion this morning. This person, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, Chief. Your name and where are you joining us from?
Simple Salif from New Jersey.
Okay, Mr. Salif, go ahead.
This government, we voted for this government, but the government has let us down. We don't even know what they are doing. But what all they promise, we can't see nothing.
Thank you first and again. Muted.
I said they got frozen again. I hope they come back because
The one that really getting to me.
Drinking, do not do it in a way that you want more both in this country. Everybody will go for A to B.
Okay, so let's get this other person on the line. You made your point. I hope you okay. I can continue with this caller. If you call, you walk away from your monitor. Let's get this person on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes. Go ahead.
we can't hear him at all.
Yeah. Getting me?
Yeah, go ahead. I hope you getting here now, Mr. Tunis.
Yes.
You see, this thing is just look at to be a shit.
Yeah, you say your name again. Your name, Chief. Your name, please.
Yeah, Matthew Williams.
Okay, Mr. Williams, go ahead.
Yeah, this thing to me it looks like shameful. Because for me, I'm a traveler. I traveled before at the Democratic Republic of Congo. Nigeria is a country that we too old to be doing things that will make us shame. You see, if Waka really want to do something, because we voted for him, of course, if you want to do something for all to be happy, you should have gone to look at thing in Ghana.
Bring your hand closer to the mic.
For all this time, all right? He should go out of the country. Those buses there out of the country that women use for their few time is preferable to bring into the country. But to take the old buses that we have been using before, past for all these years, then he say he's bringing it to show us that he's working. No, it's not working. And
Okay.
The Ghana man was talking
Mhm.
about that bus. They are not happy.
Okay.
It's bad. Let the government try to do something better.
All right, so thank you so much. You have made your point. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 this morning. This next person. Good morning. Okay, we lost that cutter. Okay, so this next person. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Momo Duno calling from Tokadema, Yukiba.
Okay, Mama, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm monitoring you through the social media. Yeah, my brother, I just want to talk about the machine issue where the party people there running here with. My brother, this government, we all voted for this government.
Okay.
But I can assure you, this government can we show it and they will go with show it. I can show that to you. Seriously.
Okay.
Especially spoon lied to her, and up to now they are still lying to us. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So the female line is also activated. You can call on the 0770297016. 0770297016. That's the line exclusively for females. The line has already been activated, so you can call that. So this next person, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where are you calling from? Go ahead, Ellis.
I just want to say, if you are not surprised,
Well, it's finding it difficult to get you clear. Can you change your location? Yeah, go ahead. Let's just manage it like this. Go ahead.
Okay. Some of us are not surprised because the border is acting. That acting is the bomb. It's border to us that the time he was done president that he able to and today the population in the access federal and state that is I mean that the state tax 150,000 or something like that in the account. All these people will also say that it's a clear act. Only as far as police to Ghana, forces from there to come fully liberate people that very serious about it. All these things they are clear. So I don't know what else they're complete.
Okay, all right. Okay, though we found it a bit difficult to get you through, but let's get this other person. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning. Your name and where are you joining us from?
My name is Ishmael Zion, formerly known as Wyclef, and I call for Chicken Padre and here from City. The men are putting Joseph on fire.
The men are doing what?
Putting Joseph on fire. Yes. When it comes to the issue of this president telling us that the fraud, Yellow Magic country and that of what a local livelihood. Just imagine people calling the Senegal false president or talking to. The Senegal president is not talking to, he's talking lie. He's talking see. The reason is that the Senegal president from the day he announced the yellow machine. Which one of the Liberian or we the Liberian people have seen any of the yellow machine packing people where all their Palestinian packing around the year. The yellow machine, in Liberia, the papier talking and the papier way. They still keep online. We are tired with this thing. Machine cannot solve the Liberian people. The main problem is the thing that we put in there for. Let it solve the Liberian people problem or not.
Okay, all right. Okay, you have made your point. So let's get Masisi on the line. Good morning, Masisi. Yeah, no one there. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning to my fellow Bagaris and my fellow Tunis.
Good morning, Masisi.
So, my song and my fellow Bagaris, I'm going to get out of that. I don't want to go past that. I see your ocean when it comes.
Masisi, you are coming in low. Can you maybe make some adjustment? Yeah, go ahead now. Yeah, okay. You are better now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this government now to us, my son, Bagaris, my brother. Hey, you know, people confessing on now on radio that we voted for this government, but the last people. It's so frustrating. To see government to lie to come to power and the government to lie in power they are there. You can't do that to us. You can't do this photo. Let it be again. You can't be all person that say it's about death trap. Oh my God. The Ghanaians are complaining. When their bosses going, they say, oh, we're going to boss it, you go for this, and you bring it in the bank, say, oh, this and that, bringing for the people. To kill us on what? To kill us on what? Bakari Abedi, I want to go back and say, like Ghanaians. That's okay for that person. And to the yellow machine issue or something. You sell it, the post saying it like the yellow machine will say our law. And then we in the Kema.
Mm.
And for company, it's a disgrace. All the Waka regime, that trouble fucking regime, it's a disgrace. Look, our country will backward to the party. If we don't be careful, then they will stop our country and not that. That will start tomorrow. You picking up machine over the person you lie. And they will carry on machine. I want you to play that set for the Baka reason. He left it. Go ahead. Let him let it.
Yeah, so mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see the commentary. Oh, what was John that go me? They get there. What was John that go? It's there for the government. They put lie to us. Baka reason to the counter. Your government lie to us. Government lie to us. What they straight to the country.
Okay, Mercy.
Our country is not lie. It's wrong. We hungry. We suffering. They put very water issue. It's not very yet.
Okay.
We start talking about the same lie to us.
Mm.
And then get up from there. Thank you.
Okay, Mercy. Thank you so much. We are taking more calls here, but before then, let's get this person on the line. This should be one of our winners.
Hello, the subscriber you are trying to.
Okay, so good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. This is Steven. I call you from Freedom FM. Did you play the Freedom Cash giveaway?
Yes.
How many times?
I played more than 4 times.
Okay, more than 4 times. Yesterday or today?
Today.
Okay, so you just won for yourself $2,500 Liberian dollars. You can check in your phone.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that's our very first winner on this segment of the program. So keep playing. In 10 minutes time, we'll be doing another draw to announce our next winner. Let's get more callers on the line. Liberians are expressing themselves regarding the issues surrounding the country. So let's get this person on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Nathaniel Colley. I'm calling from J District, Sasa, Bobby.
Go ahead, Collie.
But I want to know what that brother was doing there.
Mm.
So I just want to ask a question. Like, you meet a woman today, and then you will just see that woman again, you just meet her, then you tell her the next day you will marry her. Take care, please. One thing we should understand, Joseph Waka, for me, I love the government. I voted for Joseph Waka.
Mm.
Let me know. And what I'm seeing going on in this country, I love the idea. Women that were not serious, they are serious. Even though we know that things is getting harder, we agree. But at least, in making the women able to make their self-esteem favor doing something. Even though the year has not yet gone to an end.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's get this other person on the line. Good morning. Good morning. You have to lower your monitor. I will cut you off. Just tell us your name and where you're joining us from this morning.
Yes, my name is Kode Japama. I'm calling from Kode Africa, West African Science.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell you thank you and tell Mr. Twin. Thank you very much for the talk, the call. You know, today, one man almost 5 million for the asking boss, they said, what again?
Mm.
We should have that money is very old. It's nothing. It's a good boy. They were that. We're talking asking for your own boss. And I declare, we'll be on that. Almost the best question, almost one question. I think my brother will always see it in the best before God is God. He says, what's that? And on social media, you will see there's a pro when she is the boss door for the group. That is certain rule. All that is, what are you going to put that boss on that rule? Closer, so now put that before very cross, everything on that side. All of that on that side. Now we're talking for people who don't understand, but if you're the person who can carry something, they can't get to her. So everything is true. Because I think they want to talk.
Okay.
It comes to that, it's the wrong people. It comes to people who start, it's not correct.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. There are a lot of people on the line. Let's get this other person on. Okay, so we can continue with you, Chief. Very seriously. We can continue. Let's get this person on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where are you joining us from? Okay, that person went off. We'll take about by about 3 more calls. By 12:30, we'll go back to talk about points that have been raised, been made by the callers. So this person, I'm so sorry for keeping you on the line. Good morning. Your name and where are you joining us from?
Yeah. My name is Idrissa Sima,
Mm,
and I'm phoning from my brother resident.
okay.
Yeah, my brother, it's a sad time for us to see a leader that doesn't understand anything. It's just sad. We only pray to God, like my senior brother, the man has seen Tunis, I'm a Muslim brother. Senior brother Tunis, I'm Idrissa Sima.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, my brother. It's not easy. It's not easy, but this movement.
Okay, so the person went off. Let's get this other person on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Your line is too bad. Yeah, so let's take the other person as you do some adjustment. Hope you can call back if you can. So this person, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Chief. Your name and where are you joining us from?
This is Manuel from calling from Manager Chicken
Flomo, go ahead.
First of all, I just want to tell you that some people that what all I'm doing on our temple sharing. That's nothing to do.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's get this other person on the line. Good morning. Good morning, and where are you calling us from? Yeah, you need to talk. You need to talk louder. Go ahead. You are live. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. So back to you, Mr. Tuni. You listened. I don't know whether you continue on the calling segment or you have something to say before we go back to the line.
Just let's try to analyze what they say, because when you continue, we might be bored, and then some of us sleepy. We come from where we ain't eat yet. Solomon, you listen to the callers. You got some winner over there, or
Not yet, not yet. If I do, I will signal you so that I can be able to call them online.
okay, Solomon, you hear the callers. I think you listen to them clearly. Most of them telling us they voted for this government, just like you yourself. You are a member of this government. I mean the party, but you didn't support them, which I can attest to that. And most of them call, they say they really voted. They have been fair enough to admit that they voted for this government, but the expectations is it's not to their taste.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this is the situation in Liberia. When President Weah was there doing things that was very important to the country, especially for me, any president or anybody in government that will cater to the needs of the people, especially the commoners. That is a good thing for me to start supporting such government. I listen to them very keenly. They are disappointed. I am not, because I know he couldn't do those things. And I mentioned to the Liberian people 3 things. I just picked 3 things.
Mhm.
Said this man is not innovative, meaning he's not creative. Secondly, he's not developmentally minded. He served as LPNC director for many years. Then he served as agriculture minister. And then from there, besides serving on other positions, whether ambassador or whatever to represent Liberia, he served as a vice president for 12 years.
Mhm.
Honor his vice presidency. He was on the committee that was entrusted with. It was on a committee of an agency that was interested with over 500 uh, tractors for farming, and we made our research. About 150 of those tractors were sent to FOIA because we Liberians believe that Lofa County was the breadbasket of Liberia. But with all of those 15 tractors that's supposed to make Liberia to be self-sufficient in food, and this man who was the agriculture head, for the machine to be in his hometown, for the machine to be abandoned, and to be the scene where he squandered those opportunities. So I don't see anything that he could do better uh, in his presidency. So that was one of the reasons he's not developmentally minded. And I also said that this man cannot resolute, in other words, find solution to problems. We had it in the Unity Party. It was never resolved. Even this gone election, there was problem in the Unity Party, uh, especially the branch in the diaspora. Those things were not resolved and things like that. So I don't expect him as a president in his presidency to find solution to the problem in the country. We see how things are going. In his own executive, we see people fighting, agency directors or whatsoever, they fighting face fight and all of those things, no resolution and things like that. So I don't expect anything better from President Weah. Again, Liberia, we do not have a waste disposable thing in a place in Liberia. We don't salvage. So for somebody to bring in old cars, I mean, you're creating more damage to Liberia, because Liberia has the record of not maintaining. They don't have good maintenance work in Liberia. Everything we don't maintain. When somebody says something, this happen. But my whole disappointment in this, it is not the Bouaka administration per se, but I hold it to the legislative body.
Mhm.
They are the cause for Bouaka to do what he's doing,
Mhm.
because the legislative body, they have the right to impeach this guy if he's not doing the work for which the people put him for. He violating the constitution. He's doing some other stuff that are not lawful, and then the legislative body, they're making their own laws so that it can sound correct to the people. They're stealing the Liberian people money. Just imagine, from Buchanan, from Monrovia to Buchanan, one lawmaker pays $350 for transportation to go, and then another $350 for transportation to go, and for them to get $700 each for transportation, and plus all other stuff that is going on. And also in the lower house, some of the stuff we hear about 700,000, and then we have about 75,000 going to some sort of iron door thing, or for RDCAP preparation. And the opposition that in the government, they don't see those things, that these are wasteful spending, and they are taking away from the Liberian people. This is why I said that I hold the legislative body accountable in most of this stuff. If they
All right.
understand our ground, if they
Okay.
understand our ground, all of
Mhm.
these things, it will be better off. But to Masisi and the other people, what I was saying is that Africa is Africa. Good things can come from Africa the same way good things can come from Europe or other countries. That's why it's a point I was making. But I understood that these people brought in old bus, and the old bus, how long will it last in Liberia? That is going to create environmental health. And I agree with Tony when he qualified that. No, you were emphasizing that they brought in a used car that been packed for. But anyway, Joseph Bagawa packed for a long time, but cars that have been packed for all of these years, and then he brought it in the country. Why? Because he's a packed car. He said that to us. So you got to bring some packed cars that have been in Ghana for all of those stuff. And to conclude on this, the Ghanaians are I can't say all of them, but majority of the Ghanaians, they have this disagreement with Liberia, because they said that they hosted Liberians for all of these years, and when the Liberians were leaving, just recently when they left, the way in which they reacted, the way they talk to the Ghanaians, it make them to be disappointed, and they did not want for the government to do anything good for Liberia. So most of them, they are angry because the refugees, when some of them were leaving, the way in which they address Ghana and things like that. So they are angry, and also we don't like what is going on with our government by bringing in all these old stuff that are not in the interest of the government.
Stephen, you listen to the caller yourself.
Yes.
And what's your take on?
So actually, I actually took interest in callers who were kind of blaming this government that they brought into power. These are things that were said then, that there will be no difference, that somebody who served as vice president for 12 years in this country and could not point out to anything that he did during his time, but only what he could only tell Liberians was they had opportunity and they squandered those opportunity. They mismanaged the country's resources, and they did this other thing, to get the country backward. So, saying these things, coming on radio to vent your anger at the government, these things, they are not strange to us. Because we told you people times with I number that a decision you people were making will have endangered this country. But you didn't listen. You went on and voted for this government. And now see what is happening. And you want to come on the radio to say, we made a mistake, we do the other one here. We are talking about 6 years. 6 years we are talking about. We have not even gone 1 year under this administration, and you people are complaining. We have not even gone 1 year under this administration. So we have more years to go. And at that time, you people get more time to complain. I think they should serve as a warning to Liberian people that whenever people get behind this microphone, sit on the radio, try to educate people which way to go during electionary periods, you should be able to follow those pieces of advice, to follow them. How will you have a deplorable road condition all across the country? Then you bring in buses that have been packed for so many years to come and test them in Liberia here. So these are the deception we have been talking about. So those people that are calling, we want to give you the platform so that you people can be able to express yourselves. But I'm not feeling for anybody because it was a decision that you made. If a parent tells a child that this fire, don't put your hand there, if you go and put your hand there, that fire bites you, it burns you, no one has anything to do with that. You were advised not to do it. So if the fire hurts you, it is by your own will. You decided to put your hand there after which you were told. So, calling on the radio, regretting of decision you have made, you have 5 years and some more months to regret. So back to you, Mr. Tunis.
Thank you so much. So thank you, Stephen. Thank you, our Liberian people. We got a long way to go. It's just that we are being fooled to bring this government in, and we fell for that fool. We have the right thing in our hand. Mm-hmm. And that right thing brought the presidency right down to our level. And some people just got up because they are so corrupt. They live in this West man country, in the Western world. They ain't do nothing good for themselves. So stealing they were doing. They were not doing any legitimate job. Most of the present government ministers and position holders, they are criminals in this country. You know that. Find that out for yourself. All right, they are the one because of the little Cocoa G money, 419 money, PM money they got. They use it because they don't know the value, so they were just wasting it, making you believe that they want to change your life to a better one, which it was already coming to a better one from the previous government. Look at the hard time Liberia those days, man. For almost 2.5 years, the entire world was on the standstill. George Weah was still working behind the scene in our favor, in our interest.
Mhm.
But here come some people, some criminals-minded people, poison our mind against a good president. And we hated him so much. We went with the saying. You what they say you did with our salary. We harmonized our salary
Harmonize our salary, harmonize your vote.
and your
That was
vote.
the second one. Yeah.
Okay, now we're feeling the pain. The hard time that in Liberia right now, believe me, I'm not there, but I can feel it. Believe me, I can feel it. The hard time that in Liberia right now, we have not experienced it since the war. All right. For somebody to just take small little thing to give it to you now, say hard. Student to even the little money they're asking for their closing party because the school will ask for some money every student to bring for them to have a little party before they close. It's not there. And we come in bosses. Let's assume that let's agree these bosses were not back for long. But they were in the street of Ghana for 10 years, from 2016 to now. They were in the street, running every day. We're talking. You get up every morning, you run it every morning, you run it 24 hours and see before you get to your 40 or 50 or 60 what will happen to your body. These bosses, Ghana City, what a street we got for the probable rules that we got for those kind of drugs here, then they bring it. Like, under the body, you see the bosses, you think, fine, but let the other bosses run for two, 3 months. And then you will start feeling like whether it's a good boss or not. Don't look at that body. All right. You see a light-skinned person, fine like hair, but they don't. You send them to do something, you prefer the black color skin person said than that person. Dumb like hair. I hate it with that boss. I must say, when I see the boss, I love it. When I saw the boss, and you know, remember when the boss brought the refugee them back? That I seen kind of boss that brought them.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Yeah, something similar. Yeah.
Something similar like that. I think that's what caught their eyes. They went to buy them. Because they were not talking about bosses until we saw the bosses came with the refugees.
The government likes to show off. For me, I know if the government, have had the issue of those bosses on their mind ever since, they would have said that to the Liberian people a long time.
I said they saw the bosses when they brought the refugee there.
I want to believe what he just said. So when I think him about it, just saw those bosses, Cooper, they just went to Ghana and just go,
You know who they were going through to bring the bosses here? The vice president of Ghana.
Okay.
That the vice president, they're making the deed true. Okay. So my people, we got a long way to go. Next time, we have to think twice. You got good thing in your hand. You always say this. I love those things. The devil, what's it? There's a saying. The devil that you.
I'm gonna say, be with the devil, then the angel you have not seen.
You have not seen. If in this country, yes, Solomon here, we vote for people because of their record. If this may have a bad record, it will be hard for people to vote for. Like the way the old man says stood up. He's for 40-something years, the old man got nothing to show us. Nothing. Even to his own little small time, he came from nothing to show beside the lay house he built for himself. Yeah, now telling us, he told us that he was living on loan. He got, I think his assets came out, assets report came out, he got almost $1 million.
That one would deal with it. I'm reading through that document. I hope during our subsequent showtime. We talk
Next
about
Monday we'll talk about it. Next Monday by the grace of God.
next Monday.
But why did he get the 1 million so quick? The man who Stanton was giving him 3,000 every month. Stanton said it. 3,000.
The man invested in the Liberian stock market. What are you talking about?
Thank God for them. I think that the one in Douala area there. All right, let's take a few calls and move on.
So let take a few calls. 0776 104 104. 0886 500 104. Put in your calls. Let's get this person. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Chief. Your name and where are you joining us from? Okay, it is a second time calling.
I don't want to speak to my brother.
Okay.
So, Tony, I just want to tell you thank you. We'll be having our program Friday, which means to this easier quarter. But I just want a favor for you because I wouldn't want to put down for the people. So
he said what? I'm not hearing it good.
He said that they will be having a program. I think this coming Friday, and he needs your assistance.
They're depending on you.
Yeah, the man said he needs your assistance because they put them down from Freeport. So which type of program are you talking about? Oh, CDC retreat. Okay, all right. Okay, so
let me get his number.
Yeah, so hello? Yeah, so what you do, I just want you to let's say just read your number because I'm not getting it here. Let me send it to him. 01
07707.
Yeah? 96.
Yeah.
Go ahead. 166. So let me call the number now. 0770 79 61 66. Okay, all right. So that's it. Let's get
what's his name?
He went off. He went off the line. He actually went off the line. Hope he can call back. So let's get this other person on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where are you joining us from? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so frustrated about what happened. I'm downhearted because I'm number one fan of Wakai. Seriously, I voted for him, but what's going on now is like we are draining down. The hardship, everything is tough in Liberia. Everything getting sick every day is not easy.
Okay, all right, thank you. So let me see what I can call this person back. Let me just get back to him.
Hello. Orange informs
That boy's in that Syria, they're sleeping.
calling is busy.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
morning we'll cover the surprise.
Yeah, so no, it's not a winner. The man who just called, who just sent his number to you, he's the one trying to call. So I can.
We'll get his name. Don't worry about him. We'll get his name. When I call tomorrow, I'll ask him.
All right. Okay. So let me get this next person on the line. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning. Your name and where are you joining us from? Okay.
At times when we get people, they all feel somehow. Just imagine there's a guy, he and I went to the market to go and purchase, a Makino oil. And then at the time, in December, with the Makino oil was $2,550. But then in February this year, when he and I went there, Makino came to 2,900. So at the end of the day, when we want to purchase it, when you want to ask the customer say, oh, 2,900. Yeah. So I told him right there, I said, my man, what are you yelling for? Because you know, people are saying a lot of thing against the former person. Now, who retain now, you buy it 2,900. And what was the retain you were buying it? 2,550. So tell me, right there you go, you have to make a confusion with it. So I just left it at that, where we find ourselves now. So this weekend, both of them are regretting. So thank you for your show.
Okay, thank you also for calling to participate. So 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers to call and be a part of the discussion this morning. The next person, good morning. Good morning. Okay, we are not getting this person. Let's get this other person in line. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Your name and where are you joining us from?
My name is Robert Makoya, joining you from 17th Street, Mackley Avenue, Asiacan Community.
Okay, Robert, go ahead.
Thank you for giving the opportunity. Good morning to my dear brothers in the street. I just want to talk to Mr. Bakari. Good morning. You know, you said something I want to just comment on this more. You talk about the reason why this whole president is behaving like this because his lawmaker get the power to impeach the president. But let me tell you something. Your horse is divided. You remember doing a campaign in this country. Jeremiah going to be one side campaigning while they told the public to sit down. Why Jamaica not going to be one side, why George going to be the other side, why James Barney going to be to this side of the country. Now, the whole Senate, the House of Senate, if the representative having to say they want to impeach the president, there will be no agreement between them. There will be no coordination because the House of Senate is working in the interest of the president. There where he placed his people down below, we want to call her rescue mother. She's the protect. So it will not work. It will not work. If you say you want to impeach the president, because these are the people that already work as deputy president in this country.
Okay.
So here's the problem we're facing, Mr. Bakari.
All right, thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. Let's take 3 more calls and go back to our team. This person, good morning.
Yes,
Your name and where are you joining us from?
you getting me?
Go ahead, you are live, Chief.
Yeah, this is LP from Chickasaw Memory Respondent Defense Day.
Ellie, my man, go ahead. Whole day you want for all to meet, we meet here. I said whole day you want for us to meet, we meet here. The day we meet, you will pay for my man.
Yeah, but you're going to visit me.
Go ahead, my dear brother. Go ahead, Chief.
You know, sometimes it's frustrated, and people continue to be frustrated because if you look at people that don't here, and vote for him, what do you expect? What do you expect? They may already go everything fall for him. They may not have vote for him. They may not have anything to bring to the
Let that man know that I will find him because he didn't recognize me.
Yeah. Well, LEP.
Yeah.
Before you go further, Mr. Tunis said I should inform you that he will find you because he never recognized him.
No, you made it. You the judge on the show. I saw you on the radio and say, what's up to my big brother Tuni? Right?
Okay, all right.
Go ahead, my man. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you know, they may not want he has no quota. What kind of Jose so? Hey, Jose, I wanted to go Jose ever see in our library.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to go that route. LEP, you don't have to go that route. You have to take it back.
But I see that we get their boss from Ghana. But you cannot go the other boss that retire. I'm gonna be a robber almost 10 years. What will we get to that boss? And let me say bye to Tuni, man. Take care of yourself, brother. We'll talk okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
They stuck again. So the internet giving serious problem.
What happened to the fiber optic they put down in Liberia?
Sometime even here, sometime, man.
Are they operating it now? The fiber optic? I don't think so.
Probably. I mean, it's better off than
the
before.
cables that's over in Liberia there.
Trust me, it's better than before. Trust me. It's been far better. This time you can talk long on WhatsApp. No headache. People way in Grandpa's house be talking to them on the phone.
Yes. But Grandma said no that. Who's that?
I speak English.
Yeah. Hello. Yes. Tuni is not really understanding what you're saying. Mr. Tuni, okay.
Who is that? Is that a Bassa rapper?
Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah, he's listening now. So just repeat yourself once more.
Who is he?
Crossman. English.
I'm a basketman from Buchanan. I have 55-year-old security wearing the coat and for my eye, boy, the something on my eye. On the river band, I can hardly see all the time. People working the program, I live here also, and the money small. All the area I've been working for my eye, they're not easy.
So, man, you are one of those who voted for this government, so bear it. You voted for this government. You see this, they compromise your. They compromise your salary, so you compromise the vote.
So Mr. Tuni said you are one of the persons who voted for the Bouaka government.
No, I didn't vote. Why I said we but I'm a job we are saying. I tell you, I'm a citizen. When I say we voted, I Liberian people because I'm a job we are saying. So my name is I swear.
Okay, all right.
When I say we voted because we all got Liberian, but we told them that job we are first thing they were going to be good. They don't pay, but the second thing they were going to be better. And they went for the first thing. I get a t-shirt, I get a cassette.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. He has listened to your plea. Okay, so let's take like 2 more calls to send control back to our team. It's already 1 o'clock. So good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Moses Catholic. What do you want to generate money for me?
You're generating money for whom?
For the now.
The motorcycle is.
Yeah, they do remote issue with I just come from yesterday.
You motorcyclists, you can be swift around any which way, anywhere they blow you out and play you to go.
I got it. I tell you, who do you want to put money for it now?
Okay. All right. So this person, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Your name and where are you joining us from?
That's Kamara.
Brother Tony and Solomon.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
Kamara and join the conversation for around the Ghana town hall.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the platform. And I listened to fellow Nigerians complaining, that would be the honor of the day for the fact that we do not want to claim ownership of our own country. We will become strangers in our own land. Strangers will continue to come here and get our resources and take it to the country and develop it. Because we have a weak leadership. We have leaders that come to invest in the resources of our country at the detriment of the Liberian people, wherein millions of Nigerians remain at their property. And there is no solution, no way out for the people. Every day we go to bed and we bring up better. Can you imagine where in Nigeria is a country now where we only eat 1 time per day? More than 5 years ago now. You see, majority of the Liberian people only cook. Some people don't cook only Sunday. I can tell you for sure in the capital area. I'm not talking about the rural part of Liberia where people make farm. But we that live in Monrovia here, millions of people only eat one time per day. Sometimes they don't have food. They eat the next day, or sometimes during the weekend, they cook one big time and eat it enough until during the week we don't have something to eat for Sunday. We have something at least to eat the first time ourselves, because we have to worship to celebrate God and what like that. So we have to be able to jump on and continue to hold on our government to do the right thing so that Nigeria can get better. The millions of dollars, the thousands of dollars cannot be all on the people of this country every day on the radio, and the people continue to be broke, poor, living in poverty, no way out, no solution. You continue to send preachers on somebody who is not finding solution to the problem. Thank you very much for
Okay. Thank you so kindly. And you, I are our very last caller here. And thanks to every one of you who called in and put forth your points. And thanks to some of you who tried to call but could not make your way through. So we will now send control back to our team to get their individual parting comments. So it's back to you. Beginning. Yeah.
Solomon,
Mhm.
we are experiencing some of the hard times ever in the history of Liberia. We pray that God really bless our people in Liberia. You hear people talking, confessing. It's not easy. So, what's your thoughts?
Well, this is Liberia. There's a scripture that I always let to keep by myself. It says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. And what that scripture is talking about is not just going to school and things like that, but we know what is good to do, but we don't do it. So it means that yes, you know, you get the knowledge, but you're not utilizing the knowledge. So then you perish. And this is a situation that going on in Liberia. Tony said it very, very perfectly when he said somebody was doing good, and then they got carried away, and you remove the person. And you put this other person, and now this is what we have. I'm saying this to say that if we were to familiarize ourselves with the Constitution, the Constitution gave provision or gave a way for us to, even if that particular representative or that particular senator was elected, but that senator after or representative after getting empowered, they are not doing why you elected them to represent your county or to represent your district. Then you can recall them if you get a certain number of signatures as mandated by the Constitution. You can recall that particular lawmaker, and they will be out of the place. Once that is done, then we know exactly that the government of Liberia has two major branches. The third one is just serve as a referee, but two major branches. That is the first house and the second house, which to do checks and balances. When Bwaka came in, the first vetting for cabinet opposition, he brought in the very people that are supposed to do the vetting and confirmation. That's what do the vetting and confirmation in the house. That the same people he brought on his team for them to look at the appointees, and then they will recommend the appointees to him. So if they go to the house, what's going to happen? They're going to confirm them. So there is no checks and balance, and the people know it very well that what they are doing evil. And when you continue to do evil, God does not like ugly, and that's why sometimes disaster strike even the nation or the individual and what have you. It is very, very, very wrong for our people to be taking the poor resources that we have, the little money that we have. You convert it to yourself. You can buy your own gas. You got to live on the taxpayer to buy gas for you, for a generator that you don't have or something that you have, at the detriment of the people of Liberia. Then you say, oh yeah, we are doing the work of the people. You come, you put some kind of thing together to support you that, oh, whatever we are doing is legit. because or it is within the confine of the legislative body. They are doing all of those things and depriving life out of the people. So the people of Liberia, they can remove everybody. And in fact, all of us, we can go and occupy. We're not going to use a valor. We occupy that whole place. Even if the police kill us, they will not be able to kill all of us. You occupy the Capitol building. You occupy the executive. They don't have to work. Whatever they do, you occupy them because they're the people we put them there, and they are the same people that are killing us. I mean, I really don't use this kind of strong word, but the Liberian people, you have the voice to remove those people if they are not doing what they're supposed to do. You can recall them. Go to your constitution and see where in the constitution that if your lawmaker is not representing the interests of the community of the district, that they can recall. If the senator is not representing the interest of the county, the people of that county, they can recall that particular senator for them to be there and to be having parties and then misusing the little resources that's supposed to make you to survive. It is very, very sad. Very, very sad for Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, Solomon. Thank you, Cotton. Thank you, Mama Liberia. Let us all join together and pray for ourselves, our family, and Liberia as a whole. We're not expecting this. God brought it to us. God will take it from us. Well, we just need a strong prayer. You see, the Muslims left their country all over the world. They went for a pilgrimage. They went to visit God. When they go for that pilgrimage in Medina, Mecca, they went to visit God. 1,000 plus die in front of him. You see how God worked? These people didn't go to look for woman. They didn't go any pleasure for themselves. They went directly to visit, to fulfill one of the obligations on every Muslim. But because of God himself, the heat from the sun killed over 1,000 of them.
Tony, when was that? I just hearing it.
It's in the news. It's on the CNN. They have never did it on CNN.
I don't watch CNN.
Yeah, Google it for yourself. Oh, you don't watch it, but it's on every news. I just refer you to CNN because it's a popular one among them. But it's on every news. Even on Channel 1. I saw it on our local Channel 1. Yeah, Spectrum News.
Wow. Okay. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, it's okay, my brother. So let us pray to God. Let us redouble our prayer. One thing I would like for you people to know, whether you Christian, you Muslim, God control your life in the 24 hours. You can leave from your house. You wake up, you take shower, you take bath, you wake up, you get dressed, you go about your own business. You go to work for money. From time you leave from the work, you go somewhere else and hang out. You do everything for yourself in 24 hours. Let's say you take the 23 minutes. If the Muslim, all the 5 daily prayer we can do throughout the day, if we put all together and do it together, it's not more than 25 minutes. You want to tell me you can't stand before God for 20, 25 minutes to thank him for the day, and you expect the God to change your life to better one? It's not a shameful thing if you're being nice to me, like every day I come to you, nice to me. You give me money, you give me shelter, you give me food to eat. Then you ask me to do one simple thing which I can do. I refuse to do it. How will you feel? All right, Sunday reach, you Christian. You got the whole week for yourself. Sunday come. If at the meantime you can even get tired to wake up to go to church. The Sunday is supposed to go for a few hours to stand before the God that blessed you throughout the week, to go and see him. Because you go to church, you're going to visit God. Except you got a different thing in your mind than that. But church, you go to God. You want to tell me you can't do that? Somebody got to force you, split your hair and put it there. The blessing God has given you throughout the week, you support your own child. You gave you shelter, gave you food to eat. Sometimes better food, money. You know where it come from. Sunday morning to go listen to the preacher, it become a big deal. Oh, I'm tired, man. They church business. I do pastor a lie to people. You get time when pastor lie to you. You going to God. What is in your heart is what God is looking at. It's not what the man is saying. If you go there heartedly, say, I'm going to God, that's what God wants. So I beg you, this is just a caveat to our brothers and sisters who say they love God, they believe in God, that God will do everything for them. But God asks them for simple little thing. They can't do it. If God was some God like people like us, I would change my mind and say, man, I asked you to do this for me. He said, no, why must I waste my money on you? So let's try to change our way to God, please. If we want things to change in our life, let's change our way, the way we address God, the way we approach God, the way we do things when it comes to God. And God basically that simple thing. He ain't saying do it whole day. That's just a few hours or a few minutes. So I take yours. Yeah, thank you so much, Cotton. Thank you so much. I will
Okay.
sit here with you. You say the last word, then I say good night to you.
All right. So thank you so much. Many thanks to our team there from the US, and we say thanks to the callers, our Facebook followers as well, and other people who try to call but could not make their way through. Really appreciate you. You know, we will always talk about these things and remind you, people like me, most especially people who were, you know, around here, uh, propagating the messages of this current government and today who are now regretting. You know, we always say these things when people talk these things. Oh, the people hate me, the this, the that, they don't want us to do S, Y, and Z. But at least everyone is feeling the pinch of the decision that were made during the just ended election. You know, the thing is just like rain, right? If it's falling, it falls on every house. It does not select specific houses to fall on, right? So that's the same thing we are faced with. There are other people who didn't vote for this government. There are people who voted for this government, and everything, the economic situation, the hardship, you know, everyone is faced with in the country. So it is not something that is selective, but it is something that everyone is fixed with. And so we have 5 years, some months to go. You know, it's just something that had just begun. And so before us is another election. I think from this end, Liberian people, if not, we you know, graduate from the state of voting people based on hatred and based on sentiment rather than to vote people based on what they can do for the country. So say thank you and bye bye from my end.
Good night. See you next Monday.
Okay, by the special grace of God. All right, so folks, you just listen to let's see, let's just get this stuff down. Let's get this stuff.